Good morning. Welcome to the October 13th, 2014 Independent Stylist Conference Call. Thank you for joining us today. Everybody's here at the home office, and we got lots of stylists on the call, so it's super exciting. During the call, when you have questions, comments, type it in the question box, and I will either read out your question or comment or unmute you if you are able to talk, which is always awesome. So we had some really great calls the last 2 weeks. Ellen shared on exponential bookings, and Lisa shared on the power of two, thinking about your business in the terms of bringing two on. And today I want to do a quiz on the Deb Bixler Have Fun Trunk Show training, and I want to give you a quick little forum tour of some things where you can find the trainings and the videos of past calls. I just want to walk you through that, give you some company news, and at the end of the call we're going to give the top stylist tip of the week. We got a great tip. So all right, we're going to get started now. And who listened to Have Fun Trunk Shows? We've got some really great trainings on the forum, and everything is based on what's going to make you successful, what's going to give you a great business, and how you can maximize your Winnie and Kat time and your investment. You know, we have a lot of fun, and we're building something really cool, and it's my job to make sure that your experience is awesome. So that is why we bring in different resources, and we have throughout these last couple of years, and continue to improve our training. So having a fun trunk show. Now it's all about the trunk shows, right? And I know we always talk about trunk shows and having your bookings, and you know, Ellen would say that she said on her that she sounded like a broken record, and I kind of embrace the, you know, probably may need a better term for it, but embrace that, because there's fundamentals. Okay, there's fundamentals on how this business works, and like this quote says, constantly think about how you can be doing things better and keep questioning yourself, all within this framework of parties. You know, parties is that's where you can practice. That's sort of your stage, if you think about it that way. And the more parties you have, you know, it's not just about, of course, the more parties you have, the more you're going to sell. And our party average keeps going up. And I can see with stylists, with consistent stylists, party averages go up, even with stylists. And think about, too, if you're how this is where this quote comes in, is constantly think about, okay, you know, maybe my parties have been at $1,000 for the last 6 months. You know, that's you know, sometimes 600, sometimes it's a 1,400, but how could I bring my party average up? Or, you know, I've gotten a couple of recruits, but I want to figure out how to get more recruits from my trunk shows. Okay, that goes back to this. Keep thinking about what you need to do, because it's usually a little tweak. It's most often when someone tells me that they're having problems recruiting, and I ask, do you ask people to join your team? Usually the answer is no. And, you know, and I can tell you, too, when I talk to stylists who are very successful at recruiting, and I ask, how do you do it? The answer is always, I ask everybody to join my team. So there's little tweaks, but it's constant motivation and reinforcement, and that's why you come to these Monday calls and stay plugged in. And so if you have not had a chance to go back to listen to that Have Fun Trunk Shows, it's a great training. Tiff is actually going to redo it and make it a little bit more Winnie and Kat. It's an hour-long training. We think that might be a little long, so we're gonna work on you know, we're working here on improving your training experience too, and making sure that everything is clear and that you're able to follow along. So All right, so I did promise prizes though, so I'm going to do that. So this is for a Build It Big book, or Build It Bigger, I think is the second one, whichever you don't have. This is from the training. What is Deb Bixler's favorite icebreaker? Yeah, this is a really good one. All right. It's fine. I don't want to be embarrassed because no one did their homework. but I'm gonna answer the question. That's a good one, Shantae. Favorite fat? Yeah, that's right. You're right. Woo! Go, Shantae. Go, Shantae. Woohoo! I wish you guys were all here. I wish the stylists were all here in person. We have too much fun. All right. Shantae, new stylist from Sherman Oaks, California. Favorite fashion? Yeah. Yes, and this is a great one. Go around the room and say your name and your favorite Winnie and Cat piece. So icebreakers, get people going, get people talking about themselves, and if they don't have a Winnie and Cat piece, why the heck not? But how do what's your way, if either your favorite Winnie and Cat piece, or which piece do you most want tonight, or which piece do you see that most fits your style? And make sure that your shows are messy. Make sure that stuff is all around so everybody's seeing things and feeling things. And ask questions. So thank you, Shantae, and you'll get a Build It Big book. Okay, question number 2. All right, this is for, what should this be for? Extra customer order forms. How about that? Okay. How long should your personal story be? You got to share about your personal story, but how long should that be? If Shantae wins, we save on shipping. We got a lot of winners here. All right. The answer is, okay, and Kimberly's got the answer, but you're all really close. All right. So the 15 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds, 1 minute, couple of minutes. The answer is, well, Deb said a minute or less. All right, so we're going to give that one to Kimberly because she was right on the dot, and I know she's gonna have a giant party coming up, and she's going to need those customer order forms. So, Cheney Cunningham, so we got to send Shantae the Build It Big, Cheney our shipping goddess, and Sheila gets the customer order forms. All right, Kimberly. Just kidding. Sorry, Sheila. I got you all excited. I'm sorry. I know you're going to need them too, Sheila, but you have to pay for them. No, just kidding. Okay. All right. Thank you for being a good sport, Sheila. Thank you for answering. Okay, there's one more chance. All right, one more chance, and this will be for, let's see. Why don't we do customer order forms again? Let's do yeah? Lookbooks. Okay, lookbooks. All right. Okay. Cheney says lookbooks. All right, for lookbooks, what is Deb's top way to increase bookings and recruits? This one might be harder. Tiff thinks this one is going to be harder, but I know we're on a roll here. Ask. Woo! Kimberly! Yay, Kimberly! Kimberly was the first. Anastasia got it too. Shantae, Sheila, you guys are awesome, and you listen to the training. Woo! Yes, so cool. Ask and invite. And so Kimberly gets the lookbooks. So have a customer care card with yes, no, or maybe. Okay, and there's a spot, actually, Deb says customer care card, but there is a spot on the customer order form, right, where it says, are you interested in hosting? And make sure they check that part, okay, and make sure when you when you talk to when your guests come in, okay, have clipboards, all right, and on your clipboard have customer order form, a lookbook, a wish list, and if you're like, huh, ask us, okay, and we'll tell you where to, if you don't have any of these documents, where to find them. Wish lists you can print from the forum, and tell everybody, and a pen. Everyone should have a pen, okay? So you want to tell everybody, you want to set expectations and tell them, first of all, this is going to be a 5-minute presentation, 7 minutes. I always like odd numbers and stuff. But I'm going to give a 7-minute presentation, and here's what to expect. What you have on your clipboard is a lookbook with all of our items, a wish list that's going to make it really easy for you to take notes. So make it interactive. Always draw in your guests. And you have a customer order form. On your customer order form, you're able to choose to check the box and tell me if you're interested in having a party. I encourage you to check yes and invite me to your home because I'm a lot of fun, as you're about to see. Okay, so set that expectation that you're going to have fun, and listen to the training. And one of the things that I love about this training is that it's the practice, okay? So once you have this down, people are going to want you in your living room, okay? So get down your thing, get down your spiel or whatever your presentation is, and that's going to make it really easy for you. That's going to make it that replicatable party. And what's important about that too is, besides the fact, it's these simple steps, right? But there's so many things happening with these simple steps. And one is you make it easy because you've practiced, and you'll practice in your living room. Okay? Just practice, and just, it's not going to be perfect, but just keep on practicing, because you want other people to look at you and say, I could do this too. Okay, so you don't want it to be too complicated. You want it to be very simple. This is what you do, ... Stay very organized. And so people are going to be thinking a few things in their head. One is, buying the product, because you've already told them, you've already given them the wish list, set that expectation, and tell them, I always tell them to fill out the customer order form with their addresses and everything. That's going to save you a lot of time later and make the checkout part really easy. And so they're thinking about that. They're thinking about buying product. They're thinking about, could I do what she does? They're thinking about joining your team. They're thinking about, maybe it's not that evolved yet, but maybe they're still thinking about, hey, I wonder if I could do what Wendy's doing. Or, so that's where you want to capture that. And remember too, in one of the trainings, there's those green lights, like, do you actually make money doing this? Or, think about that, and that's in the 6 weeks to success. Okay, so, all right. Any questions? And then we'll move on. Okay, I want to show you, I'm going to show you, and hopefully I can make this smooth. I want to show you in the forum. Let's move this over here. Let's see. Okay, I want to show you where to find some of this training in the forum. Okay, so here we go to winnieandcat.com. This one, mine's on Linda right now because that was the last one that I was on, and that's when your customers have your own URL. Until they clear their cache or cookies or whatever, they're going to have, you're going to be up here on their screen. Okay, so I want to show you how to find the trainings. Okay, and thank you, Alicia, for uploading those photos. Alicia just uploaded some really cute photos from her adventures with Winnie and Cat. Or in Winnie and Cat. Okay, so go to, when you're on the Stylist Forum, and if you're not, I think most of you probably are on the Stylist Forum. If you're not on the Stylist Forum, make sure you join. And once you learn how to use it, it's pretty easy. Okay, so today I want to show you two things. I'm going to show you Stylist Weekly, which you've probably already been on. I might show you more than two things, but I just said two. Maybe I'll show you three things. But when you go, when this is the weekly email archive, every time you click on one of these, if you missed a call, oh, this is today, so the video's not on it yet. When you go to the week, every time after the call, after it's recorded, the calls go on YouTube, and they're also just embedded. So all you have to do is click on the video, and it's right there in the Stylist Weekly from the previous call. I'm going to show you when you go to resources. Okay, so see this bar on your left. Go to resources and trainings. Up here at the top bar are some important topics here. Okay, so now if you go to 6 weeks to success, that's where you're going to find all the weeks. I also added the gift of sponsoring because that's a really important one. And then the 6 weeks, each week is here. Okay, so like you're getting ready to do a show and hostess coaching, incredibly important. Okay, and there's only a few things. Like there's hostess coaching, there's booking, there's recruiting, and selling. So it's only a few things. Don't get overwhelmed. Just put it in that perspective, okay? And so you can click to listen, and then you can download the training course guide too. And the training course guide is for all of them. So you only need to print that out once. And I love it because it's just you can write on it, take notes. It makes me really pay attention when I listen to them. So there's the 6 weeks to success right there in this area. Okay. Stylist 101 is here. Those are some basics. Okay, shipping policy, compensation plan, again, the gift of sponsoring. One, though, that you might not know about, if you go to all discussions, take a look at that and scroll down, okay, because there's about 18 months or 2 years of trainings on here. And if you go back, we're about to go into holiday season. There's holiday season. Really, anything that you kind of need to tweak, holiday fairs and expos. If you're feeling a little bit, you're feeling like you have a lot of self-doubt. Here's one on limiting beliefs and kissing your fears goodbye. Positive thinking, vendor events again. So, if there's a lot of vendor events, this is kind of the season. And, I always say I would prefer a living room full of women interested in seeing you and Winnie and Kat. But if you don't have a party, vendor events they're fine. There's ways to work them though that can make better use of your time. Okay, so there's some information there. Just go through. There's some really good stuff here, and so I wanted to share that with you. And then, and Big Vision Smart Systems, this is a really good one. That was Nikki she's the co-founder of the Direct Sales Women's Alliance. And this was a Winnie and Kat training that we did with Grace, or Nikki, their mother-daughter. And that was a really good one. And this one is Grace with the gift of sponsoring. So I just wanted to share those with you. One more thing I'm going to share with you. If you go to media, and videos, all of our videos are here. Those are all of our past trainings. And anything, it's linked to our YouTube, so anything that has been on YouTube, a trunk show, if you wanted to show the trunk show, all of this stuff is here automatically onto the videos, and you can see the topics. You can see the topics there. So if there's any questions, let us know. But I just wanted to give you a quick little tour of that. And let's see. Let me go back to the quote here. All right. And are there any questions or comments? Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at some of the comments. Okay, and if we don't get back to you during the call, we'll get back to you later on your questions. Great news, everything's here. The fleece jackets and the boot cut pants, they all shipped last week, right, Cheney? Okay, so everybody should have them. Let us know what you think. And share, please, pictures of yourselves and your guests. Share pictures with us, please. And enjoy them. Yeah, the fleece jacket. I know Alicia said I beyond love the fleece jacket. I know it is so crazy soft and comfy, and the boot cut pants are awesome too. I mean they're a similar flattering shape as yoga pants, but they have that detail that makes them a little bit more, you can totally wear them to the office. You can wear them out. They look great with the turtleneck top, and they're just a really, really nice fit. So I'm really excited about them. So they're sort of like, yoga pants, but taking a step out of the gym, so equally as comfy. So I hope you love those. And let's see what else. How about the activity last week in 12? Did you notice that on the 12 different states we had last week? Alaska's doing great. So yeah, really exciting, and just it was awesome. Awesome. What I loved about that, when I went through everybody who did something, who sold during the week, all of the different states. I mean, it was just completely, I think 3 out of the 12 were from California. Other than that, there were 8 or 9 different states. 2 might have been in the same state, but I think it was pretty much 10 different states on there. So that was really cool. So one more thing I did, well, maybe more than one thing, but I did that quick video on how to find customers last week. Melissa had a question last week, Melissa from Florida, on the Trunk Show Games. So everyone hopped on a call. We had 7 stylists on the call. Ashley had a question over the weekend on how to find customers. So this is something Tiff and I are trying, and just like kind of spontaneous, because a lot of times when you have questions, they're really applicable to everybody else too. Now, Ashley did have a question for me after the how to find customers. We had a conversation that I wanted to share, because I talked about LinkedIn, and then and so one thing I just want to reiterate, when I go on LinkedIn and I try all this stuff, I don't have a ton of time to really get in depth on all of it, but all of these things that I share with you are things that I've tried and successfully. So with LinkedIn, the great thing about LinkedIn is it helps to expand your network, and it gets you in front of those strangers. And the reason why Ashley and I had talked about it is because for some stylists, it might be really easy. Like, you might have a really good built-in customer base because your friends are right in our sweet spot. For other stylists who see the vision, who want to make your Winnie and Kat business grow, your friends might shop at Target and Forever 21, okay? That's okay, but that's not necessarily our customer. Not that you can't shop at Target or Forever 21 sometimes, but you need to find the women who see a value in what we provide. And I can tell you that there are millions of women in this country who look at our clothing and say, those prices are great. Millions haven't seen it yet, but out of the women who see I hear from all over the country, more than I hear about being expensive, I hear, oh, your prices are really good, because they are. If you look at, love the example of the wrap dress. It's $88. Okay, you're not going to find that anywhere with that quality. You might find the same shape, but I'm going to tell you, I don't like to wear that stuff. I don't like icky fabric. I don't like hard fabric. Everything is absolutely soft. But anyway, I'm going to get back to the point about LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a great place to find customers who are women who have jobs, women who are professional. It's a little bit like kind of level up from Facebook, and the fact that it's kind of Facebook for career people. So what I told Ashley, we talked last night again, that what I do, and Ashley hadn't heard of one of our competitors, of Cabby, and Cabby is similar price points even a little higher, but just different product. And I said, well, reach out to find out who does cabbie in your area in North Carolina, and call her. Sometimes there's phone numbers on LinkedIn, and sometimes it's emails, or just you just have to link into that person. But just contact people and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I would love to connect. That person, maybe she'll join us. Maybe she'll say, hey, you know what? This is something different. I mean, we have people from companies like that join us all the time, or maybe it's, I just started with repping a new clothing line. You probably haven't heard of us yet. We're Winnie and Kat. Could you meet me for coffee? Because I want to, I see from LinkedIn that you have a successful business. I want to hear about it. I want to hear how you do it. Okay. Or, and that can get you in a whole new group of people, or it could be someone who does something else. It could be someone who's, I don't know, look at what their LinkedIn is and say, I see that you're, whatever it is, I see that you're a recruiter or whatever, or I looked at you on LinkedIn and you're the kind of person I'd love to get to know. I'm working on, I'm doing some networking. I'd love to expand my network, and can I talk? Let's meet for coffee, or whatever. Okay, so that is. Are there any questions about that? All right. Okay, Anastasia said, reading up on guerrilla marketing, some great ideas. Cool. Well, please share them with us during the week, and I'm going to share Lisa's tip. Oh, and wait, Wendy said, yeah, Winnie and Kat makes it your own, whereas like it's not as distinctive where two people keep wearing the same exact jacket. When you when you can wear the same thing with Winnie and Kat and look completely different. There's a picture of us from our office opening party where everyone's wearing the jumpsuit and we all look different. So yeah, totally. That's part of it, is we're simplifying, Lisa said network with realtors. Totally. Realtors and they're used to working on commission. And they love to look great. I have a friend, I ran into a friend at the Malibu Farmers Market, and she was wearing the Chrissy Snow romper with a white blazer showing houses, and it just looked so great. So yeah, for realtors, I agree. That's a great idea. I want to share, Lisa had told Tiff a tip during last week, which was my favorite tip of the week, and it was, when you have a trunk show, and remember, everything is going to be fun, okay? We want it to be fun, so have your hostess write down, Lisa, I love this tip, and Tiff came and told me right away because we both loved it. Tell your hostess, I want you to write down, don't show me, I want you to write down 2 of your guests who you think are going to book parties. And if at the end of the night they book parties, then you get a prize, whatever it is. It could be a piece from the old collection. It could be a $25, a $10 gift certificate. It could be just something fun. It could be, I don't know, I've had people fight over a Post-it note holder. So it doesn't really matter what it is, but it's just that idea, So tell her and put it aside, and then let the magic happen. So make sure you're asking for bookings, okay? In the 6 weeks, when you listen to the trainings, just always remember you've got to have parties to practice this stuff, okay? So like for new stylists, it's great if you're getting your business cards or setting yourself up on social media, but you got to have the parties, okay? The other stuff can wait. Personally, business cards are fine. I don't know if I've ever, it's maybe a couple times called somebody from a business card. I always like to friend them on Facebook instead, or just get that contact. But have your parties on the books, because that's where all of this training comes in. It's like like if you play a musical instrument, you got to, you might practice theory, but you got to show up. You got to play, and you got to put your tushy in the band seat and be there and play with the band. So just have those parties on the books. And if you're having trouble getting parties on the books, listen to the trainings about bookings. Call Tiff and get your training, and let's get going, because we need you to do it. So, all right. So that's the end of the call. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and keep questioning yourself. Those are the people who are successful. When you think about how you could make things different, okay? It's not other people, all right? Other people can be buggy. They can be, you know, whatever. That's always going to be. People are always going to be spinning around you all the time doing crazy stuff and saying negative stuff. You know, hopefully you can find the work at the most, work with the most positive people you can find, move on. But keep on thinking about how you can do things better, because it's all about you. This is your time. This is your money and your time in this business, and this is your time on Mondays. This half an hour that you share with me on Mondays it's precious, and I appreciate your time, and I hope that I've given you some value this morning, and just have a fantastic week. Thank you, everybody, for being on this call, and reach out when you need us, and feel free to join again tonight at 5:45 Pacific. Thank you, everybody, and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.